So now I just read this, the precious Lord Lama said, generally whoever hears my name will be free from the three lower realms. In particular, those who see my face or hear my teachings will be liberated. Teaching here, that's the most important thing, says, was liberated. Our liberations depends on the teachings that we study, practice. So it is our mind that wanders in the samsara. It's the mind that free from samsara or achieve enlightenment. So the teaching that what we study, practice, is to make the demarcation of samsara, demarcation of the enlightenment. So we use our intelligence, mental power, understand the samsara and the cause of samsara. We understand the enlightenment, nirvana, and the cause of nirvana. So having that understanding in a precise way, then we put into practice. So by putting into practice, we avoid the cause of samsara, and we enhance or we engage in the path towards the enlightenment. That's why. So teaching is so important to get it and to understand it and practice properly. So that way, then we can be liberated. Says, here my teachings will be liberated. It's not just liberated by merely hearing. Say, understand, contemplate, put into practice. Say, whoever dies at Drikung Kagyu will not be born in the three lower realms because of this such a great connections. Confidently, he undertook this great promise. Also, in the precious commentary, the glorious king, flying the space, it says, "You Sangha, listen to these words. If you trust, why should you not attain samadhi? If I deceive you, I will come to harm you." See, if Jigten Sumgön deceives you, then who gets the negative karma? The person who deceives. Like if I deceive you, so you may be deceived, but all the consequences that I have to accept, I will get it. So for my own sake, I should not deceive you. Make sense? This is very important. So when the Buddha said, don't tell a lie, it's harming others when you tell a lie. But mostly the person who tells lie, that person is harmed most. Then people say, you are a liar, because you tell lie. So people say, you are a liar, so nobody will trust you. And you pay the price. In the first place that. Then more coming, my father, So they say, so when Buddha said, don't kill sentient beings. Of course, for the time being, those are killed and they're harmed. But actually, in reality, you get the harm. You have to pay the price. Goes round,
What if you eat meat?
What?
If you eat meat, what?
Kill.
If you because somebody has killed
yes,
animal.
then later you'll be killed.
If you eat.
If you eat, then later they will eat you.
They will eat you.
Yes. See, same thing.
Yeah.
Not only that, see, there's a story. There's a great meditator. in the mountain. So there are two sponsors. One brings the cheese, milk, butter, for him to sustain. The other sponsor brings some meat, So in next life, he was born as a cow. First, he was the family where he got all the milk and cheese, dairy products. He was there giving enough milk to that family. Later, then, he fall down from a rock and just perfectly landed to the house where he got the meat, So to repay that, what he received. So when we eat, somebody, fish in anybody, and next life we become fish and they will be eaten by them. It's all go around. That's called samsara, So samsara is a cycle. That's what it's called translation, cyclic existence. So look this. So say, if I deceive you, not only you hurt, but I'll be harmed as well. So why I should do this? So this is very important point. That's why we need wisdom, Dharma wisdom, see. So this is his second confident promise. Also, you Sangha, who have come from all directions, they say now, Chen-nga Sherab Jungne is telling to all the monks, you are coming from different places, from the east, from the west, from the north, from the south, from all directions you came here. For what? So he's saying, So spread your hands over your chest and think again and again from the depth of your heart. So why I have come here. So put your hand here and think. I came long way from different places. So now, why I come here? What do you want to get? One says. So we came here to get some wisdom. We came here to learn something. At the time of Jigten Sumgön, all the monks also came that way. So now we have to take the full advantage in these few days, at that time. See? So yes. Again and again, from hearts. You came here thinking of me, Jigten Sumgön. He said, you came here thinking of me, thinking of the teachings, without attachment or aggression of family, your family, group, or homeland. See, grow in devotion to the Holy Lama and apply yourself to the Holy Dharma. Apply means utilize Dharma. So Dharma, you see, what Dharma says, avoid the 10 non-virtues. Apply into the 10 virtues. Practice loving kindness, compassion. Cultivate bodhicitta and practice them into your heart. And don't attach to samsara. Make use of your precious human life to attain complete enlightenment. See? So she says, don't be attached to relatives, that father, mother, uncle, aunt, or others. Doesn't mean you don't care them. To care them, to really bring great care, so don't attach. If you attach, you cannot help so much. If you hate, you cannot help so much. So what do you do? Here said, see, now here, uncle, aunt, and others, see, you will accomplish great purpose. Finally, not only for you, but for your parents and others, especially about those. Then you can help so much to your parents and relatives, families. What it says is, without attachment, apply your Dharma in your life fully. Bring meaning Dharma in your heart. And release these are called delusions. There's when their lives come to an end, when they're going to die, so they will remember you, see. When they die, they remember you, if they're parents, or your parents or relatives. Then remember you through the force of their affection. Because of that, they will remember me. Then they know you are connected to this great teacher. So this connection, you see. And based on this connection, see, their consciousness will transfer to the Lama, to the Jigten Sumgön's heart, see. Surely this is my duty to keep them. So, from the three world realms, this is his third confident promise. It's called interdependent, interconnected. Yes.
I'm thinking about this sentence. They will remember you through the force of their afflictions.
Not affliction.
Affection.
Affection, yes. See. Not affliction.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's affection.
Yes. Affection.
Sorry.
This is why we do power also, you see. You remember Buddha Amitabha or any. So then you connect to Buddha Amitabha. See, same thing here. Because your mind is like when you do this short Guru Yoga, so your mind is fully connected to Jigten Sumgön. And then your relatives, they think of you, and then through that they know you are connected, and their mind will be transferred to Jigten Sumgön's heart. So this is what's called interdependent, how interdependence can play. So causes conditions. So when we know how to relate to these causes conditions, things can be very easy. When the causes conditions not there, things can be very difficult. Generally, see, even though the suffering of samsara is endless, as you see, look at around, samsara, the suffering is endless. Those who aspire and follow that Lord will arrive in the front of the Lord of beings immediately after passing from this life. Now there's an account, that story. Previously, countless kalpas in the past, the Father, Mr. Jigten Sumgön, the Lord of the world, the King of all Buddhas, was born as a Dharma king, the ruler of 1,000 universes, whose name was Tsikki Mukyu, the name of that universal king. It's called Tsikki Mukyu. I haven't found yet Sanskrit this. He was the father of 1,001 princes. So then, while practicing one night, so he was practicing for a long time. Then one night, he achieved Buddhahood, the heart of enlightenment, and became the Lord, the King of all Buddhas, whose name was Lurik Drenma. Now in the Guru Yoga practice we have called Nakakula Pratipa. This is the Sanskrit. In Tibetan, it's Lurik Drenma. Now Sanskrit, Nakakula Pratipa. You found it in Guru Yoga. See, here. No? So that's, you see, now you see, countless kalpas ago, he was already enlightened by then. After that, see, after he's enlightened, became Buddha, he saw that it was time to tame those princes. To the entire gathering of his sons, he gave extensive teachings on the depth and permanence, karmic cause and result. First, to renounce the kingdom, renounce the samsara. He gave all those basic teachings, like the Four Noble Truths. And the falls of samsara, according to the Four Noble Truths, you see. 1,000 of his sons gradually became monks and perfectly upheld the morality of renunciation. Soon after, those from these sons, some attained arhatships, some achieved the confidence of the unborn Dharma, means they realized emptiness, Mahamudra, those. Some attained the pure vision of the Dharma eye, directly can perceive things how they exist. And some attained the fruit of full liberation, like arhats. They then benefited all sentient beings of the immeasurables, boundless, endless, limitless realm of the universe in the different places. Actually, we can say some achieved the fruit of liberation, Mr. Buddha. Some attained Buddha. Some attained like 10 Bhumi Bodhisattvas, like this. But among them, the youngest prince, because he was attached to the kingdom and his queen, could not become a monk. Although he had thus gone a little against his father's wishes, because his nobility, and in order to confess his faults, he made 1,001 great and marvelous parasol of the finest gold from the Jambudvipa, the pure gold, with the plate of the finest Bendura jewel, is a lapis lazuli like jewel, Bendura, adorned with the various jewels and with handles of precious rupee. In this way, he made 1,001 parasol and offered them to his father and brothers, and made the following prayers: in the future, may I become the equal of you, my father and brothers, in your gathering of retinues, in your longevity, in your attainment of Buddha fields, in your taming of beings, and in all of your activities. Thus he made this aspiration. So now Jigten Sumgön says, Lord Jigten Sumgön said, I am the one who then the Tathagata Nagakula Pratipa. See? So I was that Buddha. And you, Jesu Chunding, Garchunding, say, are the one who was the youngest son. Jigten Sumgön said, you are that youngest son. The parasols he met were the cause of many golden parasols we have now. Jigten Sumgön had so many offerings. This is the result of those. Then she said, Garchunding then asked, of those 1,000 sons, how many are now present at your feet? How many here? Is there any one of them here? So Lord Jigten Sumgön answered, none of them are here. They are benefiting beings in all limitless realms of the universe. See, so that you see, look at how much Jigten Sumgön has. It's not just pure vision. It's the reality. That's why hundreds of thousands of disciples could gather, and they are free from samsara. So you imagine like this. Then now he said, again, the precious Lama said, the body of the previous noble Acharya, this Acharya means Acharya Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna, no? So the body of the previous noble Acharya is not my body now. So he said, my body is not the Nagarjuna's body now. So, but the Dharma that he taught is present in my mind. So all the Nagarjuna taught, teachings, what he has, is in my mind. So with confidence, with fearlessness, he said this now. Because he said this, he is definitely also the noble great Acharya, Nagarjuna. Now how we can say he's Nagarjuna's? We cannot say just oh, Buddha prophesied, or just it is somebody said this, or somebody got a vision. It's not that here now saying. Very important, you see. Lord Jigten Sumgön said, the nature of the virtue and non-virtue is that there cannot be exchange. The virtue cannot become non-virtue. The non-virtue cannot become virtue. They cannot exchange. Virtue is absolutely virtue, a cause of peace and happiness. Non-virtue is absolutely non-virtue, is a cause of suffering. This is what it's saying here. No. Now that you see, the noble great Acharya, the Nagarjuna says here, if one acts with attachment, aggression, or ignorance, that is non-virtue. See? This is in the rejected one, the precious garland in the text Nagarjuna said, if you read this. Yeah. So then, non-virtue. If one acts with a non-attachment, non-aggression, and an unobscured mind, that's virtue. So in the absence of these three portions, whatever you have the mind is virtue. Whatever you act upon this is virtue. So this is the demarcation of the law of the causality as cause for suffering and cause of happiness. So this is such a very, very important. This shows that they have the same thought, same mind. Although these words are easy to say, we say, oh, it is easy. but their meaning is difficult to understand. These virtues and non-virtues are the root of nirvana and samsara. Means demarcation of samsara and nirvana. They draw line between what is to be taken up and what is to be abandoned. So they draw the line, what to practice, what to avoid. All the virtues, non-attachment, non-aggression, and unobscured mind are the practice that we should be doing. And they will make the cause us to free from samsara and achieve enlightenment. The act on the attachment and aversion and ignorance are the cause of suffering, and they will create the three world realms. See, this is where scholars become confused. Many scholars, they're confused now. So they analyze, they investigate, and maybe I suppose we'll read some. This is where faults and good qualities become obscured. This is where the very clever person become bewildered. This is where warriors stumble. There are many ways to explain this. If one does not understand the deeper meaning of this teaching, no matter how hard one practices the 84,000 collections of Dharma, one will be walking in the day as if at night. It would be as though without understanding who is fighting whom. And one would say, I also throw a stone. For example, one may wish to travel east, but if he faces west, he will never get there. The farther he travels, the farther away he will get. So this is especially look at the three vows. Vinaya, you see, is very strict. Now, Bodhisattva's vow, easier. And Vajra vows, very easy. Because in Vinaya, you are not allowed this. And then in Mahayana, it's okay if you do some this for others' benefit. Then in Vajra, then you can do anything. So then it's because they explain that the scholars, meditators. For example, like I say, have you heard of the Bodhisattva who killed a Bodhisattva, a merchant Bodhisattva who killed the bad person in the ship? Anybody heard those stories? Okay, that doesn't matter. It's becoming more and more popular in other places where they have studied Buddhism, So in Vinaya, you are not allowed to kill, you are not allowed to drink, you are not allowed to do this, And then you are not allowed to tell lies, so forth. But then in Bodhisattva, if you tell lie for others' benefit, it's okay. Have you heard that? There's something like that there, because it's others' benefit. So your intention is pure for others' benefit. You tell lie. So in this regard to these things, have you studied Vajra Avatara? By Shantideva's text. There's a 2 hours in a couple of Telanangs. don't know how to translate that. The Buddha gave permission to the great bodhisattvas. Those are prohibited in the Vinaya school, like something like that, you know. So like say telling lie, taking life, stealing, those things. Like say bodhisattva, if there is some individuals very stingy, then if bodhisattvas steal from them, then it's okay. So they get a chance to accumulate merit, you know. There's some individuals so stingy, even doesn't want to practice, give a penny, you know. Even though they have enough wealth, a lot of wealth, you know. So if bodhisattvas go there just to benefit that person, you steal, you know. So it's okay, you know. Also say, if somebody is to protect danger, then it's like a police coming. Where's that criminal person, you know? And you say, I have not seen. To protect that person. Says, okay. Because to protect. But Jigten Sumgön said, and as Nagarjuna mentioned here, these things you have to be very careful. Karma is the law of the causality. You know? It will play, you know. So how much you are prepared, that you have to check yourself. Are you ready or not? No. It's mentioned that if I related the stories, a bodhisattva, a merchant bodhisattva killed a bad guy in his ship. So there are 500, the leader of the 500 merchant was a great bodhisattva. And there's one bad guy. So they all together went to the ocean to collect jewels. So after some time, they successfully collect jewel. And the bad guy, he was so he's greedy so much, he put so much jewel in his boat, in his ship, more than he can carry, you know. And then they all sail or then came through the ocean. Because his ship was so heavy, the ship was started sinking. And then he is going to die, you know. So that time he said, oh, my ship is sinking, please help me, he shouted. And the great Bodhisattva was, yes, I will save you. So his body weight, said that much jewel took out, throw in the ocean, and put that bad guy in the ship together. Now they're sailing their night. Now this bad guy was thinking, oh, now they are successful. They have all the jewels. Now my jewels all sink into the ocean. I have nothing. Now what should I do? Now he was started thinking to kill all the merchant. So if he could kill all those merchants, then he would get all the wealth. So now the great Bodhisattva, he understood his motive, his motivation, his bad motivation. So now there's a great dilemma. What should do? Let him kill all these 500 merchants? Or what? If he kills all these 500 merchants, he will go to the hellrealm. For him. Not only that, this all 500 merchants are killed. Now he was thinking, So there's no alternative what to do. Either kill him or let him kill all the rest. So great Bodhisattva, he knows all the consequences. If you kill this bad guy, he knows he will experience the consequences. So he was brave enough. So I will bear all the costs. So to protect this 500 merchant and protect to this bad guy, it's okay if I go to hell realm. No. So with this great mind, he killed the 500. No, he killed this bad guy. This bad guy. So now many great teachers, they're saying, oh, he only met good karma from that. He didn't make any bad karma because to protect this 500 merchant, he killed. But Jigten Sumgön said, of course he made such great accumulation from this by protecting this 500. But at the same time, he also collected negative karma, killing that bad guy. He made both. See. So, by killing him, that great Bodhisattva in next life, he went to the Lord realm. For many years, he experienced the suffering. Because he caused the suffering of that bad guy. The other teachers will not relate to that. See, he went to the lower realms. And then there was one story, telling life, for example. A great meditator who achieved very high realization in the practice of emptiness, Mahamudra. And his friend, they are together, the two in the mountain, in the forest. One time, then there was a criminal. That man made such a mess in the town, and then the police was chasing that man, and he was running in the forest, and came to this two great practitioner, and he begged, please, I'm just running here because the police is chasing me, and if they caught me, I'll be killed. So to protect my life, please don't tell them that I went this direction. So then those two great practitioners, they're discussing, now we have a dilemma. What we should do? And the highly accomplished great master said, now we have to sacrifice. This is the time to practice. So he was totally meditating in the Mahamudra. Everything's nothing but illusion. Everything nothing but emptiness. So when he was in that state of the total emptiness, there's no self, no others. So then the police came, a group of police came and asked, have you seen anybody who ran this direction? Then they said, even I haven't seen myself, how I can see others. So then police continued. Of course, soon after, they caught that man. And then they said, these two are liars. They are not practitioners. And they report to the king of that. The king said, bring them and punish them. And then the police brought them to the kingdom in the court. And the king punished them and cutting pieces their body. And then they said, no, sir, they didn't scream anything. The king was a little surprised. Otherwise they will say, please don't do this, They didn't say anything. So king was very surprised. Why they are not saying, forgive me and all those things, excuse us, and not saying why. So then king asked some questions. Then that great master said, so you are the king? The king said, yes, I am the king. So which is the king? Is your head, your hand, your chest, your leg, your skin, bone? What's the king? The king said, no, in that case, I don't know the king. So the great master said, this is my case. When I am not seeing myself, something there, how I could see the thief. So then the king totally understood his message. The king said to the police, please don't punish them. They are really, truly enlightened. So in that case, they are not telling lie. Not telling lie. They're from the total, absolute state. Not pretending, truly realized. Then that's why in the heart sutras they said yes. No eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no form, no sound, no. You see. That's what it means. So it's just Lord Jigten Sumgön says we have to have this kind of understanding. Without those understanding, then we make mistake. That's why it says the scholars are confused, bewildered here, stumbled to see a thing. So we also practitioners, we have to have that kind of understanding, practice. So we have to, otherwise, karma is karma. Like say, anger is anger. And Vinaya is anger. And Bodhisattva is anger. And Vajra is anger. Why in Vajra makes his anger special? Nothing. They are cause of suffering. Ignorance is ignorance. Vinaya and Bodhisattva's path and Vajra. Doesn't make difference in this whole system. They all are these three vows. All the three vows are the only way is method to purify all these obscurations. They are designed, Buddha designed as a skillfully way how to purify step by step. This Nagarjuna's quotation,
There is an interesting story.
Oh.
There is an interesting story.
Okay, what's that?
About
that will be great.
A Western scientist.
Oh.
She went to Myanmar, to Burma.
Burma, okay.
Yes, to find some accomplished practitioners.
Okay.
And to see how do they see the world, and
yes.
How do they see the reality. And she came to the conclusion that they're so realized, but they still get married because they still believe that there are men and women. And they're romanticizing a little bit. But actually they're not making any difference, as you said, between the men or women, but they're still marrying each other because they're believing in the stories.
In Burma?
Yes. There are some accomplished. So she actually made the whole
series.
Yes, the investigation about it, and she made it's also, I think, published. But it's interesting, yeah.
So see, this is the first important. It's all teachings what we study, practice. Just we should understand only to purify. These mental afflictions, they can come in any form. They can manifest in any way, different way. Good and bad, from different way, So we have to be very alert, aware. Repeatedly, one after another, and purify them. This is what is talking about. See, so we need such a discernment. Discern is very clear mind, precise mind. It's called incisive state of the mind. So say this is where warriors stumble. There are many ways to explain this. If one does not understand the deeper meaning of this teaching, no matter how hard one practices the 84,000 collection of Dharma, one will be walking in the day as if at night. It will be as though without understanding who is fighting whom. This I read. One way to say, I also throw a stone. For example, one may wish to travel east, but if he faces west, he will further get there. The farther he travels, the farthest away he will get. Therefore, if one does not know how to practice, though he may boast that he has practiced the holy Dharma for many years, he will be near to the edge of a great unseen precipice.
What is this precipice?
Precipice, if you're near to a rock, high mountain rock, near to, you don't know, in your back. Once you fall, you will go down way. It's an unseen precipice. Therefore, it is important to choose and cherish the door to the unmistakable path. So these are the very important to pick up and understand and practice. Now here, if you have some questions, anyone has any questions? Any thing to say? Yes.
I have one question. I have many questions.
Or if you have any comments, it's also okay.
When you're talking about this purification.
Yes, purification.
I mean, during
Bodhisattva, yes.
Yeah, purification. Yes.
Yes.
How do you do this? This type of, how do you do this civilization? Is it like you always? It's like a rain pouring down. Or
yes, raining. No, yes, it's like the nectar coming through your crown of the head inside the body. Yeah.
All the time when you do this.
No, there's not all the time. You also do for other sentient beings. Light radiate from Vajra's heart. Vajra's heart. Yeah. Light radiate from the mantra to all the 6 realms. No. First hell realm, hungry cause, animal, human being, demigod, God realms, like this. Step by step you purify them. No. See. Then after that, you've done that, then you purify yourself. If you're doing long session, you can repeat the visualization again and again.
But when you do this, when you do it without sadhana, you do it just like we did before.
Yeah, first you have to, I think maybe if you have memorized, then no need the text. If you not memorize, you need the text.
If you memorize it.
If you memorize, no need text.
Ah.
Like say, Sanje Chodan Soju, you don't have the text. Sanje Chodan Soju Sonama, Jajo Bada Tane Jasoje, Naga Jasoje, Sonamje, Rola Penja Sanje Topo shows in Tibetan. So I take refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha, and I take refuge in them until I attain Buddhahood. By the practice of generosity and so forth, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. So if you memorize in English, so then you don't need text.